Hey there, thanks for watching this RCGP presentation. Here's what we're going to cover. RCGP is a media company, much more than a race series. How RCGP will grow our industry from the outside in. Win or lose, equal promotion for all teams involved. RCGP is commercially minded with targeted sales for you like no RC event ever. Community minded because, let's face it, the only way our sport can grow is at club level. And we'll take a look at founding teams and why we're limiting the number of places. But before we get started, I've got a question, and it's just for the people working inside the RC industry. Do you believe that RC racing has what it takes to be a genuine spectator sport? And I'm talking purely about potential here. Take all of the day-to-day challenges in your business out of the equation and let's just for a few moments think about what's possible. I mean, we already have pro drivers, full-time mechanics, full racing team infrastructures, tyre deals, fuel deals, engine deals, constant, relentless R&D from manufacturers, continually pushing boundaries, trying to get their setup just a few tenths of a second faster. And that's before we get into the on-track action where we've all seen breathtaking battles, bitter rivalries, pit stops choreographed to the millisecond, and drill down to the core. The thing that really connects is the determination and the passion from families who've given up everything because they truly believe they can make it in this sport. Well, we do have all of that, and we have some great events too. So I want to talk about the next step I think we should take with our sport. But first, quick bit of backstory. I'm Matt McCallum. I've worked in the RC industry for 13 years. I run marketing at one of the larger RTR brands, so day to day I work with fun products, but I've also worked with a world champion race team for about 10 years. I've been a director of RC Racing TV since it started, where we've been the EFRA media partner for 8 years, and I've also worked for Neobuggy for 6 years. So suffice to say, RC is pretty close to my heart. Now, in the last few years, I've worked with the likes of Monster Energy and IMG to bring RC tracks, events and tie-ins to full-scale motorsport events. And here I've noticed a key difference. See, as we know, RC events make their money by charging the teams to enter. But RCGP is not your typical events company. In fact, RCGP is a media company. Our business model is not to make money out of the teams that enter. Just like Liberty's business model is not to make money out of Formula One teams, Dorna do not exist to earn money from MotoGP teams. The business model is to make the series as valuable as possible and share that income ultimately with the founding teams. That's the main difference. RCGP is an outward-facing, commercially viable, mainstream racing series. We're going to grow RC, but from the outside. What I mean by that is, everything trying to promote RC right now, my own activities included, are actually feeding off the industry it's trying to grow. We have a pool of customers and products and costs, and only so much income. And we're all looking within that pool. But RCGP's focus is on leveraging mainstream interest so we can genuinely grow this pie with outside investment. Is it a pie or a pool? It's the same thing. But the point is, the time has come to truly break out into the outside world. One of the ways we'll do this is by running RCGP rounds alongside full-scale racing events. So here's the plan. Year 1, we'll be announcing some promotional tie-ins and features at full-scale events whilst we run the series at traditional RC tracks. This is because it's really important that we get up and running before we put ourselves on the main stage. But for Year 2, we are already in talks and plan to run a selection of our races at full-scale motorsport events. And of course that will make for a thrilling atmosphere, but rest assured, the promotions and content delivery plan that we'll announce soon will see us hitting mainstream eyeballs from the very first event. Yes, it's understandable that if you're looking for sales now, you'll want to promote within areas where existing RC fans are. But the good news is RCGP is built for the mainstream, but it's clearly going to have the attention of the RC world too. Now, yes, despite what I've said, we are asking teams to pay. We need you to invest, but to put it into perspective, the combined entry fee of all the teams in year one will come to around 10% of RCGP's budgeted revenue. Believe me, we're dealing with one big beast here. And if you're at all concerned with ROI, the good news is this: you're not paying to enter a race that you might do well at. You're actually paying for guaranteed, tangible marketing assets. Let's take a look at those. So RCGP will be decided over 8 rounds held at 4 events, and as part of our coverage, we'll be spending time with every team producing a variety of video features from how various parts of your product work, how your mechanics set the car up for a variety of conditions, how your drivers apply control over a number of different terrains, through to human interest and lifestyle pieces with drivers playing golf and arguing about Formula One, flying drones, skydiving, jousting. What this will culminate in is a package of media assets after every event of videos, action photos, hero shots that will belong to you as a founding team. But the key thing is all founding teams will get equal coverage, i.e. an equal number of assets. Winning is its own reward. You get the top spot on the podium, you get to sit in the middle on the press conference, but beyond that coverage, the content we produce will be done so equally and will be owned by the founding teams, because that's what you pay for when you sign up for RCGP. Now, this is just an example of RCGP's mindset when it comes to the show we'll put on and the products that you sell. We'll agree with you a list of products that you want to push, and whenever we feature your driver, your team, your products on our screen in any form of media, we'll include a link to buy those products now. For example, we'll be talking to David in a clip, and displayed prominently within the text below will be "Get David's car." Or perhaps we're with Yawn and S-Works want to promote a whole package including fuel and accessories. We can have "Get Yawn's package." Now these links can take people to a page fulfilled by our retail partner, or they can link directly to wherever suits your sales strategy best. Just a simple idea, it might trigger some impulse purchases, or it might take people on a bit of a voyage of discovery, and that takes us to our next initiative. We know we need more sales, but for sustained growth, we also know, particularly in nitro racing, we need to get people to clubs. In order for RCGP to be a success, we must be seen by a vast number of mainstream motorsport fans. The majority of these will have no knowledge of modern RC car racing. For these guys, we're going to be ready with a package of information and a call to action that will see us grow a database of newcomers and a network of affiliated local RC clubs. Our plan is that where there is one available, we'll introduce these newcomers to a representative at a local RC club who'll welcome them, show them round and bring them in at the ground level. Let's bring in the next generation of RCGP stars. Let's talk about founding teams. The teams that sign up in year one will be integral to the future of RCGP. Year one teams will always pay the least and will be the first to receive contributions when RCGP becomes profitable. Year one teams will also be a steering committee for the future of RCGP. So, who can form a team? Well, the obvious one is the RC manufacturers, and we already have some pretty forward-thinking ones on board. But also multiple companies can come together and form a joint team, and therefore share the costs and rewards. And finally, privateer teams are more than welcome. It's very common in motorsport, so why not RCGP? If you're in a position to send 1 or 2 of your favourite drivers to compete at the highest level, we of course want to hear from you. The important thing to note here is this: we are limiting the number of founding teams, that's the teams we work with in year one, to just a handful. The reason for this is we're promising a lot to these teams with a super ambitious program of content, and it's really important that we get it right. Also, year one teams will be seen as an example of what we can do together. The founding teams are the teams who just get it. They probably don't love everything about RCGP, but they're going to be in the best position to shape it for what they need and what our industry needs. Now, I asked you a question at the start. Do you believe our sport has the ingredients to grow outside of the existing hobby? Because that's the only question that really matters at this point. If you do, become a founding team partner and your brand can help shape how it happens. I'd love to talk to you more. If you have any questions or feedback, please get in touch.